Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Malachi with the Warrior's Garden. Today, from the garden, we're going to be talking about the benefits of pulling weeds, adding amendments, and removing damaged parts of your plants, and the importance of it. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm adding eggshells, crushed eggshells. We save up our eggshells in an old cast iron pot, or old basting pot. And when that gets full, I put them in my little food processor and I just grind them up real quick. Not a whole lot, just enough to break them down. And then every week or so, I add them to the garden. And the purpose of that in the garden is that it deters slugs, because as the slugs crawl across the eggshells, it cuts up their stomachs and they slowly bleed out and bleed to death. So at that point, we don't have to worry about slugs so much. So I do it quite often because they break down pretty quickly when they're small like this. And they need to be done pretty regularly. So we save up year-round on our eggshells. The added benefit of using eggshells as well is that it returns calcium to the soil that a lot of your plants, especially tomatoes, pull from the soil. So you're adding that calcium back in so you get a hardier plant. And right now what I'm doing, I'm going through and I'm picking out all these little tiny weeds, because if I stay on it now and I pull them every day, a little bit at a time, even if I don't get them all, I'm defeating their ability to get larger, and then my plants don't have to compete for moisture, they don't have to compete for nutrients, they don't have to compete for sunlight, because weeds will grow up and dwarf them a lot of times. Their root systems will get a little more strenuous and they'll suck up the nutrients from the soil and all that. Right now my tomatoes are doing really, really well, so I don't really have any damaged parts of the plant that I need to remove. But the importance of that, except for right here, the importance of that is that the damaged parts of the plant, when they're in there, will it'll allow disease, and it'll allow stress, and it'll allow infections to get into your plant, which can cause them to die off a lot quicker than you want. Because I really don't want them to die until they're done producing, at the end of the year. And honestly, this goes a lot with with us and our struggles with PTSD. We need to start weeding and pruning the toxic mentalities and the toxic people out of our lives, so that we're able to start on that PTSD, that post-traumatic stress growth, right? And that growth is, how do we move forward after trauma? It's everything that we do that benefits us in a positive way, that can get us back to a sense of normalcy. But just like on a plant, when you prune that branch, like if I was to cut here, that branch from that spot forward isn't going to grow anymore, right? So that's the new sense of normal. Okay? So we have to, as people with trauma, we have to stop thinking about, I want to be normal again, or I want to get back to how I was before trauma. And what we need to do is learn how we are now, because we're a new person. You're kind of reborn by fire. My buddy Josh, a lot of times he'll say, when we're talking about traumatic events in our lives and stuff like that, we'll talk about having been baptized by fire. A lot of vets do that too. Your first firefight in combat was you were baptized by fire. Same with cops and firefighters. But what we have to do is realize that this is the new normal, and we have to find out who we are now and stop trying to be who we were then. I think once we do that, the internal struggle and that fight to get back to where we were, all that frustration and that exacerbating the issue, will mitigate quite well. I've gotten to a point where I'm not trying to be who I used to be anymore. I'm trying to be a better me than I am now. So, yeah, so I spent some time, pruning my life and moving some people into different positions in my life, just due to, toxic or the positiveness. You know what I mean? Because I want positive people helping me to build up so that I can help them build up. Because if I'm surrounded by negativity and that's all I'm taking in, that's what I'm going to be giving out. So that's your tip from the garden today. Thanks for watching. God bless. Strength and honor.